Hello and welcome to the Redmen TV. It is the starting 11. It's Liverpool versus Porto, quarter-finals of the Champions League, and I am here to predict the starting 11 that Jurgen Klopp will put out to face the Portuguese side. It is a massive game upcoming. If you are going down to Anfield, get down there early, start singing, start shouting, welcome the coach if you will. I've not heard anything, but I want to be there and I want to be part of a coach welcome, because why wouldn't you? So we will start with the goalkeeper that's played every single game so far this season. It is Alisson Becker. He has conceded 8 in the Champions League, saves per 90, 3.34, and we know how good his short and long passing is for Liverpool Football Club. So we'll move quickly on. At right back, I believe that Jurgen Klopp will select Trent Alexander-Arnold. There was no injury doubt. He was removed from the game for tactical reasons only on Friday night. He's been in sensational form. He obviously gets an assist so late on the other night as well, which was fantastic against Tottenham Hotspur. Obviously, he had a poorer performance against Southampton. Liverpool still get the 3 points and put themselves back top of the Premier League. So far this season, he has had 2.48 dribbles per 90, 5.4 crosses per 90, completing 37.8%, and he's intercepting the ball nearly 6 times per 90. If you don't have to make a change in defence, then I don't think you should, which leaves me on to the two centre-halves. I think Joel Matip will be coming in alongside Trent Alexander-Arnold, who started 4 times in the Champions League, completing 88% of his passes, winning slightly less actually in the Champions League. He's winning about 65% of his defensive duels and his aerial duels per 90. In the Premier League, he's winning 46% of his defensive duels in the Champions League. High though, 73% of his aerial duels per 19, intercepting the ball 6 times. Keep him in there. I know it might be a game for Dejan Lovren to come and get minutes, because you never know how you're going to need, if you're going to need him between now and the end of the season. But really, if you don't have to change your centre-halves, I don't think you should. So Matip alongside the man, the legend, our number 4, Virgil van Dijk, who has been incredible. 90% of his passes he's completing. He's winning nearly 60% of his aerial duels and intercepting the ball 3.87 times per 90. The big question mark is over left back though, and I'm going to leave it hanging. Who do you think it's going to be? It's James Milner's coming in at left back for Liverpool Football Club in the Champions League. He's got 1 assist in 7 total appearances. That's 6 from the start, 1 from the subs bench in the Champions League this season. Listen, he's got 2 goals as well. You know what you're getting from James Milner. He is Mr. Dependable. He's a captain on the field as well. He is the club's vice-captain. And I think for me, I'd be wanting to see James Milner in there. Leave Alberto Moreno as a backup on the bench. Please play James Milner. Which brings me on to the midfield. And the midfield's an interesting one. He didn't have his best game the other night against Southampton, but I do think Fabinho was massively important for this Liverpool side. He's only started twice so far in the Champions League this season. He's only completing 68% of his passes as well, which is a little bit down from his Premier League form. But defensive duels, he's contesting 10.69 per 90 and winning 66% of his aerial duels per 90. I would have him at the base of that midfield 3, and the players alongside him I would pick are, first and foremost, the captain of Liverpool Football Club, Jordan Henderson. Came off the bench, great effect. Him, James Milner, with a few minutes to go, turned that game around, didn't he? It was tactical. He obviously gets on the score sheet. You see how he celebrates. You know how important that goal was for him personally and the football club to get those 3 points in the bag against Southampton. We know what he can do. Look, he's completing 90% of his passes, and you'll say that they're all backwards, and I'll say that they're not. He's contesting for 6.97 defensive duels per 90, and he's intercepting the ball nearly 5 times. So him and Fabinho so far in the midfield, and alongside them, I actually think that Jurgen Klopp is going to play Gini Wijnaldum. So not the Naby Keita that everybody wanted to see, not that attacking midfield 3. No, I do think he'll go for tried and trusted Fabinho, Wijnaldum, and Jordan Henderson. And why wouldn't you? Listen, he has been a little bit tired of late. He's looked a little bit leggy, but my word, has he played some minutes so far this season. And really, up until a month or 2 months ago, you could make a case for him being one of the standout players for Liverpool Football Club. Completing 90% of his passes, actually dribbling the ball as well, 2.43 times per 90, going past this man just over 50%. He's contesting for nearly 9 defensive duels per 90 and intercepting the ball at 2.43 times per 90 minutes as well. That's a midfield 3. I think it's important that we keep a little bit of stability, and I think that's the midfield that Jurgen Klopp will go with. Over on the right-hand side, the man who is back in the goals, after far too long, really, and it wasn't even that long, but it's Mo Salah. He scored 3 and 8 so far and got 1 assist in the Champions League. But we know how much of just a little bastard of a player he is to play against, isn't it, Mo Salah? You know what I mean? And this is a guy, wherever he gets his foot on the ball, there's 1, 2, 3 players all looking to try and get the ball off him, and that creates space for the likes of Firmino and Mane, and they know all about Mo Salah. If you remember, I cast your minds back. I take you back to the first leg against Porto in the first round of the knockout stages of last year's Champions League, that goal that he scored, does everyone remember it? James Milner it was, wasn't it? Whipped that ball in, did it hit the bar, did it hit the post, it bounced back over. Mo Salah, he flicks the ball up, he heads the ball, and something else happens, and then he just calmly slots it past Porto's keeper. It was an absolute belter of a goal. So calm, so cool under pressure. More of that, please, from Mo Salah. Over on the left-hand side, then, it's the man who got a hat-trick in that first leg that I've just mentioned. It's Sadio Mane. The first 2 goals were really easy. The third goal, he thundered it in from outside the area. That's what we've been accustomed to from Mane this season. Goals galore. He's got 3 and 8 in the Champions League so far. He's winning 55% of his offensive duels as well, and he's getting over 2 shots off per 90. This is a fearsome front 3, and it's led by one man only, and it is our number 9. It is Roberto Firmino, who also himself has got 2 goals from his 8 total appearances in the Champions League. 9.9 offensive duels per 90. Virgil was in the press conference just then talking about how the attack wins the ball back so often for them, presses the midfield runs. This is the guy that sets that press. He's the guy who leads from the front, and not only that, he creates space for his mates, for Mo Salah, for Sadio Mane, and it's absolutely fantastic. Let's have a look at the team in its 4-3-3 that I've got them as. You can see there that normal 4 of the back 5 with James Milner slotting in at left back. Will it be Trent that's going to get up and down this wing? Will James Milner be sat there a little bit deeper, or will he range forward with Wijnaldum dropping in and Milner looking to supply crosses into the box as well? We know he links up well with Sadio Mane over on that left-hand side. Those 3 will be important, but not as important as these 3 players for me. Trent Alexander-Arnold, Mo Salah and Jordan Henderson. If I hit the right point on the telly, I wasn't looking at the time. Let's try that again. Trent, Mo, Hendo. Did I get it? Yeah. Get in. They're the 3 players that I think will be the most important. I think first of all, Porto will be looking to make sure that Mo Salah doesn't get any time, doesn't get any space, and Trent Alexander-Arnold therefore will have this wing to patrol, and will he be able to get those balls in for the likes of Mane at the back stick, or Firmino nodding in from a central area, who knows, but they're the 3 players that I'll be looking for. Obviously, Porto know all about these. They all scored in that first leg against Porto when we beat them 5-0 last time out. It's going to be a hell of a game of football at Anfield. Liverpool will be trying to get up the goals, but we cannot take them for granted. Porto do not want to be embarrassed like they were embarrassed last season. So we've got to watch out. I'm going to get into some of the comments now. Ross Chanley over on the comments, because it was Sai's birthday at the weekend and he's completely fucked his voice, in part because of Southampton and in part because of his birthday, I'm sure. Ross, let's get us a little comment to get going, mate.
First of all, it's not a question. We've had a super chat from Michael Smith.
Woohoo, thank you.
$2.99.
Whoop, whoop, whoop.
Manny started a streak of goals since he last chatted to us.
Has he?
Yeah.
Well, why the friggin' hell are you chatting to us now? What if you've just ended the streak? Didn't think about that, did you, mate?
Charles Shaw, we need some creativity in the midfield, because you don't have Robertson at left back. Definitely Hendo in, but not 3 DMs. Either Keita or Lallana in. Lallana,
it looks like, he's got a knock and will be missing the game. Jurgen's just mentioned that in his pre-match press conference. Joe Gomez obviously isn't involved in this starting 11 either. He won't be involved in the game. Jurgen Klopp's just been speaking about him and said he's probably 2 to 3 weeks away as well. So I suppose I get your point, but I just think solidity and understanding is what we're looking for in this game personally. Listen, I'd love to see Naby Keita in this side, I really would. Hopefully he can kick on from Southampton. He obviously gets the goal that gets us back into the game. I'd like to see Naby Keita, when the uncensored match build-up show is out later, you'll see that in my preferred starting 11, but I do think that this is my prediction. My prediction is that he'll go with this tried and tested. I can't get any of the comments up, Ross, so it's literally just on you, mate. So next one, please, mate.
Jason Cox, Robert will be missing down the left-hand side. How do you think we should adjust our tactics, or do we keep the same pressure on without our assist God running down the wing? Do we play more central or keep to similar tactics?
It's a very interesting question. I think a lot A lot will be decided on where Sadio Mane picks up and where he is. You know, I like to look at a lot of the heat maps and stuff after the game, and Sadio Mane tends to play in the sort of 10 area of the field with Mo Salah. Well, actually, if we're talking average positions, Mane's picked up back here, Mo Salah's normally here, and Roberto Firmino's here. So I wonder whether Mane's going to get a little bit more chalk on his boots and stay wider to provide that little bit of width, and whether James Milner is going to be bombing on past Mane in much the same way that Robertson does. I can't imagine that would be the case, but Liverpool have been very effective this season. I do this on the Stats and Tactics show every week on the redmentv.com, and we look at how the fullbacks are playing and where the wingers are positioned. Liverpool quite often do attack down that left-hand side, but we switch it up depending on the opponent. So some games we will just play more down the right-hand side than the left-hand side, and we're very good at doing that. So I'd guess that it'll fall on Trent to really bomb down there, and at times we'll see that sort of back three that sometimes happens as well, or Wijnaldum or Henderson, dropping in for Trent Alexander-Arnold. It's going to be a key battle, of course it is, because we know how good Andy Robertson is, but listen, I'll cast your mind back to Bayern Munich. Virgil van Dijk didn't play in the first game there, and we got through with Fabinho playing centre-half, so I'm sure James Milner can do a job at left-back for Liverpool in this game against Porto.
There's a couple of people, including Anthony Byrne, asking about Henderson. Do you think he'll play further forward again like he did against Southampton?
I hope so, to be honest with you. I thought he looked really good when he came on. Obviously, there was a drive and determination to his performance. You know, he was looking to drive on. And I think it was mentioned afterwards that Henderson and Klopp have been speaking about him there. That's not necessarily to say that he will play in that role. You know, it might be that he takes a bit more of a reserved position on the field, but the lad's got everything. You know, we know that he has been restricted somewhat in the way that he plays that six, and it's for the good of the team, but he's got the skill set to play that box-to-box role, and as we saw, he can finish when he gets there. It's just that normally he doesn't get there very often.
City Fisher says, I kind of want to rest Bobby, put Mo up top and Shaqiri on the right. Chelsea's too big.
Shaqiri, interesting that one, City. I think for me, Origi's gone ahead of Shaqiri in the pecking order. Now, if I was to play and maybe rest one of those guys, I'd maybe move... Who was he looking to rest? Bobby. Maybe you could play Salah there, Mane there, and Origi over on the left-hand side. It's interesting, it's just that we've not seen a lot of Shaqiri over the last few weeks, have we? So, who knows? I'm not sure whether Shaqiri comes in for this game personally. But listen, if you want to see him, then hopefully he does play and he does perform for you.
Malone02 says, Chris, when do you think the front three will get a rest between now and Madrid?
Never.
Okay, sound. No, Edwards, do you think it's...
Madrid, I love that. The confidence, just casually thrown out there that we're getting in the Champions League final. Love it.
Tom Jones, do you think...
In fact, sorry, Ross, there's like a 3-week break after we win the league and then we play in Madrid. So they'll have a 3-week break then. It'll be fine.
Play some friendlies in between, be fine. Tom Jones...
No, only as long as it's like the under-18s or something. It's what I used to do on Championship Manager. Right before the season started, what I'll do is I'll set up some big friendlies, Atletico Madrid, AC Milans and all that. I'll go away, get the side used to it. And I'm a little bugger when it comes to Footy Manager and that. I'd play really hard, like get me goal up, and then even in a friendly I'd sit back and play defensive football just to get my team used to it. But right before the season starts, I'm playing the under-18s and going all out attack and getting the boys some confidence. So before we play in Madrid, I'll be playing the under-18s team like 4 times and snotting them each and every time, hopefully to get the confidence up so that we can beat Juventus in the final of that.
Karen says, do you think Shaqiri's going to start any more games this season, or is he just a sub?
I don't know. I mean, it's a guess. I think everybody's in the same boat at the moment, and you know, a lot of us are talking like we talk in very much black and white terms sometimes, but anything could change, and we don't see what goes on behind closed doors with Jurgen Klopp and the lads at Melwood and stuff, do we? So right now, it doesn't look likely that he's going to get a lot of starts, but that's not to say that things won't change over the next few weeks. He could come in, he might come in as a sub, he might score a goal, get 2 goals like he did against Manchester United and force himself in. The problem with Shaqiri, I think at the moment, and it's not really his fault, is that we're playing 4-3-3 and we've not seen a lot of him in the 4-3-3. When he was playing earlier on in the season, he was playing on that right-hand side. Firmino was playing in the 10 in a 4-2-3-1 and Salah was up top with Mane on the left. We're not playing the same way now, and I just wonder whether that's why Shaqiri's not playing as often as we've seen earlier in the season.
Mohammed Haroon says, Chris, do you think Moreno will play any part?
No, probably not.
Okay.
Listen, Klopp Klopp tends to throw something in there. I don't get this right every week, and there's a reason that I don't get this right every week. A, I'm not a football manager. B, Jurgen Klopp knows 10 million times more than I will ever know about football. And C, I think he just likes to fuck with me sometimes, to be honest with you. So now that I've put Milner in there, he's defo going Moreno, and he's giving me the old big fuck you. Last one.
Jack Adams says Ox or Gomez on the bench.
I don't think Gomez will be there. I'd be really surprised if Ox was there as well, to be honest. But if I had to pick, which I'm taking, I have to pick. He's nodded like, yeah. He's just made that up. Yeah. Ox, please. I miss him so much. Him in his big coat. There we go. That was the last question, wasn't it? I'm looking at Ross like he's going to ask another, but I did literally say that's the last one. So thank you very much for joining me on the Starting 11. Leave me yours in the comment section. Don't forget to drop a like on the video and subscribe to the Redmen TV on YouTube. And if you want more in-depth and detailed content on Liverpool Football Club, we've got you covered. We've got the Newsroom show where I chat to an influencer and a journalist every single week, an hour to an hour and a half. We've got the Reds News Roundup talking everything about Liverpool Football Club. We've got the final word after every game. We've got the Stats and Tactics show. We've got the Round the League show, and we've got the Man of the Match show as well. There is so much there. It looks like I've missed one.
No, it's loads of people asking for score prediction.
Score prediction? Watch the Uncensored Match build-up show. You'll see me score prediction. It'll be out later on YouTube. Thanks very much for watching, and I'll see you next time. Ta-ra!